He knows to get away from that lane line.
Did you see him from underwater where you were at the last 5 meters?
I mean, it was like the first... I was literally just explaining to Bob, I was like, the first 50 felt really good, and I was like, okay, we'll see what happens going into the 100, and I was like, alright, we're still together. And going to the 150, I was like, alright, we're still together. And I went to kick out the last wall, and I just had nothing. But I mean, I was happy with that. You know, I really just wanted to get out and race and go out after the first 100 and just see where I am. And I mean, Bob and I were saying 148, anything is probably pretty decent for right now. So for spazzing out the last 20 meters of the race, not kicking, and pretty much just, I felt like there were about 10 grand pianos on my back. I mean, I feel like it's okay for now, and we talked about what needs to improve to be able to finish the last 20 meters.
How did you go from 151 to 148?
I started
definitely went to altitude for 3 weeks. That helped.
And was consistent.
And he was consistent.
You know, we got a lot of colors and did some good sets. So, yeah.
Bob, so you're seeing a lot of progress here?
Oh yeah, a ton, a lot. I'm pretty impressed with the 200. Actually, the 100 free too. But you know, he knows what he needs to do. We can work on some things, but just to have him swim 3/4 of a race like that, that's pretty impressive. And after what he's done, short time, right?
Yesterday, you talked about waiting to see how you were going to feel after that tough double yesterday. So when you woke up this morning, how did you feel?
I mean, I was in a little pain this morning. My body wasn't. I was a little sore and tight when I woke up this morning, and when I got in this morning as well. But I felt better tonight. I actually felt more recovered tonight, and just wanted. I mean, got a massage last night, massage yesterday this morning, and then did some stretching, like some active stretching tonight and this morning, and I felt pretty decent. I mean, I am tired, but I think it's a mixture probably just from racing and also coming off of Colorado. So I think as a whole, it's been pretty decent so far.
Michael, when you have a race like this at this point, does that do anything as far as inspire or motivate you? Glad that you're doing it?
You know, it was... Yannick and I were talking before. He was like, go out with me at the 50 and see what happens. And I was like, okay. You know, because he's somebody who's very tough to race, and he's very talented, and you know, he's in a close race, he'll get his hand on the wall first. You know, like that's how good he is to race. You know, he's that kind of person. So you know, it kind of helped me a little bit. He's just like, just get up and come out with me. You know, I could tell as soon as he said that, I knew he was going to swim a fast time. You know, it's you can always kind of tell what kind of mood he's in and when he's ready to go, and you know, going into tonight, he was ready to go. So it was kind of fun just having him be like, come on, get up, let's go, let's try and do something. So just kind of helped me get through that race.
Are you looking forward to the 2 IM tomorrow?
First time since the Olympic final, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I have no idea what to expect. If it's first backstroke and breaststroke that I've raced in a meet since the Olympics, so we'll see.
We were talking to Connor Dwyer at Charlotte, and he said you guys like sit around and you've given some advice on the 200 free. Made it sound like this was, we were giving a hard time about it. He said, you know, when Michael says give advice, you take the advice. Is this something that you do with a lot of the swimmers?
I mean, with guys that we train with, I mean, I just try to give little things that can help them. You know, I mean, like Yannick, his underwaters have improved so much already. You know, it's just in a short period of time. So, you know, I give just little things that I've learned through my 20-some years in the sport, just to help them improve. It's mostly more my teammates than anything else.
You had a wide spread of events this weekend. Are there certain events that you feel less pressure or more pressure with?
I mean, I put pressure on myself, and that's the only pressure that I really try and feel. I mean, it's just, you know, I set so high expectations for myself and things that I want to achieve that that's higher than I think anybody else could ever put on me.
Equal across the board?
I mean, everything that I do, every event.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty...
This is getting real. 200 free is starting to get real. You guys, you know, every Grand Prix it's been sort of like, we'll see what happens, so let's do a check-in. Where are we now?
Well, starting to get real. Not there yet, but we're getting close. We can see it. I think we can see it somewhere in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, in Charlotte, it wasn't even in the picture, and going 48.2 is all right. Yeah, it's progress. It is very good progress.
Yesterday, you gave us an update on your thoughts for the men's 4x100 freestyle, saying that there's 4 quality guys that you know can put it together. How do you feel like the men's 4x200 is shaping up as we head into nationals?
I mean, we've always had a very strong team in that race every time we've stepped to the block. You know, really since we won in 2004. You know, after beating Australia in 2004, we've had a pretty good control on things in that race, and you know, we do have great guys that can step up, and we have any 6 who could step up and swim pretty decent times, and a couple of them are training with us at North Baltimore. So and I would say we have a good team, but you know, obviously we don't want to settle for that. We want to be as best as we can and put our best 4 guys up there, and hopefully I could be one of them.
Bob, how does it feel to have 4 swimmers in the finals? Like, practice is a meeting every time now.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun to see these guys race each other because they each approach it a little bit differently, and to kind of see where they are in their progress. And I think they do it with a pretty healthy attitude. So it's fun to see them just help each other get better. And I like to see that.
Just about nationals and the Europeans are going to be more or less the same time?
The Europeans are a little bit later.
Okay, so
we still have a little more time with Yannick. Yeah.
You're going to manage to do both, or you're going to have to make
my assistant Eric is going to go to Europeans. I'm actually the men's coach for the Pan Pacific team for the USA, so I'll be going to Australia, and my assistant Eric's going to the Europeans.
They're like 2 weeks after nationals, I think.
Yeah, they're about 2 weeks
like
after. About the same as Pan Pacs, maybe a couple days before.
Pan Pacs and nationals.
Taper.
What?
When's taper?
You got to work.
Oh, he's already been doing that.
I did that.
We did that for last year. This work year.
Any plans for your birthday, Michael?
No. Nothing.
Some practice.
Nothing.
Maybe
Yeah.
some practice.
I don't know. I mean, last year we just did dinner, and I have a rooftop deck, so we just sat on the roof for a little bit. Pretty relaxing. Nothing too crazy. Frenchie keeps calling me old, so I guess I am getting
How old
old.
will you be?
I'll be 29, so I'm getting up there.
Wow.
All right, one last question. Yep. I mean, you're swimming at a high level in all these different events. How good does it feel?
A moderately high level.
No, I want you to say that one more time. What did you say?
I said a moderately high level. We're not at a high level yet, but he knows.
You can always count Bob to just knock it down a little bit.
You know, if you have any favorites, or 100 free feels kind of.
I mean, it was fun. The 100s are always fun. I mean, I always enjoyed them a lot not growing up, but you know, really throughout my career, and I never really swam too much from them. I swam a lot more 200s than anything else, so it is fun being able to swim more 100s now, and I don't want to use the word sprinter, but it feels nice not swimming distance events and swimming a 400 IM every time. So
feels good watching that 400 IM
swimming
tonight.
One event instead of getting out and doing that 4 IM.
Oh my gosh!
2 free after the
4 IM, 2 free. That would not be
nice
fun, but I'll leave the 400 IM up to Chase. He's got pretty good control over it.
Nice job.
Thanks.